everyone, and thank you for tuning into Wowhead Weekly number 118. 7.2 isn't here yet, but it will be here 7.25 isn't here yet, but it will be here very soon, and we'll be talking about quite a few things that will be coming in 7.25, as well as stuff that is live now in patch 7.2. But before we get into that, I would like to introduce my lovely co-host, Wowhead site manager, Perculia.
Hey everyone, so we continue to have 7.25 news, and we actually have a lot of live news, and I really want to talk about Warsong Scramble because it is really awesome for prestige, especially even if you're a new player, you can just get a lot of prestige, and I've been doing that to get cosmetic rewards.
Oh my gosh.
We will make a note about
that. I did that this week because my sister, she only needed one achievement for her Violet Proto Drake. She needed the take your orphan to BGs and do things in BGs. And Warsong Scramble was a lifesaver for the Warsong Gulch achievement.
Yeah, that actually should make it easier because
it made it way easier, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that after do all the PTR news. But yeah, one big PTR change we had is that Mythic Plus will get some changes in 7.25. And they had two very different things. One is that the depletion mechanic is removed. You will always get a keystone now, and it will vary if you beat the timer or if you fail the timer, but you'll always get a keystone. It won't be destroyed. And the more controversial thing is that loot is changed. You do not really get extra loot for doing it faster. This is intended to move players away from trying easier keystones for bonus chests. And the idea is that if you were trying a difficult Mythic Plus and you were only getting one chest from it, this would be a net gain because you would always have more chests.
Wait, so you're always going to get 3 chests now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so the update is... Where is the update? I'm pulling this up just because the wording was unclear at first, and then Blizzard clarified it. So the chest at the end of each Mythic Plus run would contain a total of 3 items, 2 if you don't beat the timer. That's split across the group, not per person. So yes, it's fewer total items than a 3-chest finish in 7.2. However, it's an increase in items for players doing 1 chest clears at an appropriate difficulty level. So hopefully that should clarify it. And also the difficulty cap for Mythic Plus will be increasing to 15 once Tomb opens in 7.25.
So are there just 2 for everyone, or does it have to do... Ooh, I'm echoing very badly.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're echoing. But should I keep talking? Do you want to fix something?
Keep talking. I don't think it's on my end. I'm not sure.
Okay, so, well, now I hear myself echoing too. This is really strange.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's not just me.
Okay, so keystones can still upgrade by 2 or 3 steps. You don't receive additional chests at the end of the run for completing it quickly. And the idea is that the overall goal is to incentivize groups to take on dungeons where they know they're likely to see upgrades instead of preferring keys that are far too easy for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And they said currently when you complete a run that upgrades your keystone by 2 or 3 levels, you're also given a 2nd or 3rd chest. However, because of this, players look for lower level keystones they can stomp through. So, you know, they had those changes as far as additional chests and all that stuff. So I'm on the fence about this. I know a lot of people were happy about the depleted changes, but were not happy about the chests. But I do see that Blizzard is trying to do things throughout the expansion to move people away from farming or doing easier keystones as opposed to, you know, pushing the most challenging one.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to figure out why we're echoing so bad. It's not listenable. Do you have a headset in? Is it coming out of your speakers?
I don't think so. I mean, I have the headphones in, and I can hear you through the headphones, and it's not broadcasting all over the place. You know, it's not going. It's not. If I take the headphones off, I don't hear you.
Okay.
I muted and unmuted myself. I'm going into system preferences.
I have no idea why it would be doing that.
I could... I don't think unplugging and plugging my mic would do anything.
I don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say.
I have no idea why it would be echoing if you're Let me try one thing real quick. Hold on, stream. I want to black out the screen so that it's not, so we don't have to worry about anybody being weird. Hang on. All right. Also, let me make sure that it's on the right screen when that comes up. All right, talk now.
I'm testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Also testing. Hey!
But I don't hear it now.
Yeah, I don't hear the echo either, do you?
I mean, I'm gonna keep talking.
I'm gonna also talk. No, I think we're good. I think we fixed it. I don't know what it was, but it's over now. It's over now.
Okay.
We made it through, fam. We made it through. All right, anyways. So mythic changes are on the way. It seems like a lot of players are upset by this, but then there's the people obviously who were one chesting harder things are excited, but obviously the people who have been farming things are going to be upset. But I don't know. I think
keep in mind that the difficulty cap will be increasing to 15 once Tomb opens. So currently you don't get a reward that's better if you do above +10, but in Tomb your gear that you get at the end of the chest and then your weekly chest will be your higher item level if you do 14 versus 10.
Okay.
So
so
I think they want people to push to 15 as opposed to being oh, I'll just keep doing 10 and not bother for Keystone level 15.
So I know you explained this, and I'm sorry to ask this again, but so is it changing so that one chest contains more loot, or is it how?
No, so it's changing that so basically you get more items in the chest. So if you what am I trying to say?
Okay, so that there's only going to be one chest now, but it'll have more stuff in it.
Right. So the chest at the end of each Mythic Plus run gets 3 items if you beat the timer. As opposed to well, I beat the timer but barely on a hard difficulty versus I beat it by a ton. So if you were beating a hard difficulty by a little amount, this is a gain for you.
Gotcha. So they sort of eliminated the whole idea of multiple chests in general. The rewards are just you beat it or you don't beat it?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. And then the items will change instead. So if you don't beat the timer, you get 2 items, and if you do beat the timer, you get 3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, yep. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm not in the Mythic Plus community enough to really justifiably have.
Yeah, same with me.
Have an opinion on that.
Yeah. So I mean, keep in mind a grain of salt. I'm just looking at this from the perspective of Blizzard wants people to do higher difficulties. Will this change make them do this? I think it will, but I'm glad they communicated the change early. A few weeks into the PTR as opposed to
just
some of the
springing it on people last second.
Yeah. So I think that is a positive at least.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I totally agree with you on that one. Now, as far as other stuff that is happening in 7.2.5 that's not as serious as Mythic Plus changes, there's a new minigame coming to the Darkmoon Faire. And that has that hilarious helmet that we laughed at a lot last week. There's the guitar, and then there's also the cage Big Daddy helmet. What is this minigame like?
So what we can tell with data mining is that we have these achievements, and it's called Hey, You're a Rock Star, Mosh Pit, Perfect Performance, Stage Dive, and Taking the Show on the Road. And there's some sort of Blightmore concert. And you have to do different things like have a perfect performance or do a stage dive or be in the band or stuff like that. And we found a bunch of items that are autographed posters of the band members, various photographs, drumsticks, even stuff like beer-soaked poster, discarded solitary stein. So there's some sort of concert. We think this is in the area we found in April 2017, where it's the concert that's going to rival ETC, but be more death metal and hardcore. Mm-hmm. So we think it's about that. There is a member of the band that is called Cagehead, and that's the name of the NPC that's wearing the funny helm.
That's
the
amazing.
Blightmore microphone toy. There's the guitar. And then there's some consumables like Bringing Life to Death and Death Strain and Blood Infusion, and a placeholder quest that's called Death Metal Night. So we haven't tried this out yet, but the Darkmoon Faire is coming to Azeroth this weekend.
It's not going to have that
PTR,
stuff
we
in
can
it,
try
though,
this
right?
out.
Oh, it'll be in the PTR weekend as well. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So that's cool. We've been waiting for that helmet for what seems like ever. And then there's also the Great Gnomergon Run that's coming in 7.2.5. And I saw there was like a lot of chatter about this on Twitter. Like people thought that it was like a ripoff of somebody's idea, but I guess Blizzard actually acknowledged them.
Yeah, Blizzard reached out to them and asked if it was okay to put the event in the game because it kept getting, a really great community response. And basically, it's based on a charity event that Dravi set up, which is called Running of the Gnomes. And each year, they have like a little level 1 gnome when they run from Gnomergon to Booty Bay, and they raise money for different charities with breast cancer. And they also do a similar event called Running of the Trolls. And I think last year it crashed the server they were on, and Blizzard thought it was a really fun idea, so they're making it into a micro holiday that has the same route, the level 1, and they made it more interesting by adding race markers on little gnomes cheering along the route so you know the exact path.
Yeah, that's a really cute idea. Is Blizzard doing anything charity related to it, or are they just kind of having the event to enable the people who want to use it for that reason?
So I'm not sure. There's speculation that it might be because if there's a quest to, go to the start to the end, Blizzard can, maybe they can track how many people did it. So people are speculating that the quest is to like have a head count and then maybe a donation can be made. But post yet on it. We've just seen it's just open for testing this week and it looks really cute. And they have even famous gnomes, like there's Millhouse Manastorm dancing in the inn. And the spectral, Wilfred Fizbang gnome who died with Jaraxxus, he's sort of being a ghost in Duskwood.
Just doing
and
ghost
the gnome,
things.
Gnome Hunter Addie is in Stormwind with her little robo chicken. And the Link from Zelda, the Lincoln gnome, he is there as well. So I think these holidays are really cute, and I think the micro holidays are getting even more interesting than the main holidays going on. Like we've had the really cute Noonkin Festival, the auction house dance party, and the Gnomergon Run. I think they're just really fun. We keep discussing every week. Maybe the micro holidays should be like the new main round of holidays with rewards. But yeah, everything I've tested in 7.2.5 is really like. I really like it.
I hope that they add rewards to them at some point because more people will do them and more people will participate. And I think that's kind of the long-term goal there. And then, okay, so moving away from micro holidays, the last thing we wanted to talk about regarding 7.25 today is that legendaries will be 970 in 7.2.5, and you can upgrade the ones that you currently have. You'll have another quest to collect 50 essences, and also based on the Q&A, there will be more legendaries coming, although we don't know what they are yet. Now, my question, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, is that the same quest that we have now? So
no.
Okay.
So
of course not.
There is a quest. There is a quest item which is a spoiled sample, and it drops from the Challenger's Bounty chest. So like the mythic chest in your class hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives you a quest called Unsettled Power, which requires 50 Writhing Essences from the Nighthold raid. And then you get this stabled Titan essence. And it upgrades your item to 970. So I guess the idea is that in 7.2.5, you'll just do this quest to take your ancient legendaries to 970 if you have any 910s lying around. And, that just replaces instead of going like 910 to 940 to 970, you just sort of go to 970.
All right. I mean, that's good, I guess. I don't know. You know me. I'm always salty when there's things in game that we earn and then we can't use them.
Yeah, I know people are also concerned about this because they're like, hey, when we upgraded to 940, we only had one legendary, like 1 or 2 legendaries.
Yeah.
So it felt easy. But now when we have so many legendaries that we need so many of these upgrade items.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. We do need a lot of those. Because even me, I'm someone who I feel like I have less legendaries than the average person because I don't have as much time to play WoW as I used to. So I think I have 4 right now. And I'll probably only upgrade 2 of them because 2 of my legendaries, in my opinion, are total trash. But still, it seems like a lot. So I don't know. But On to live servers. This is something that everybody was so excited about when it came out, and I'm going to flip it over to you because I have a nice little slideshow for you, and let it talk a little bit about the Riddler's Mindworm.
Yeah, so the Blizzard made a blog called Riddle of the Mind Seekers explaining their thought process in coming up with all the riddles for this mount because when people heard about it, it seemed pretty random how there were so many like obscure things to get for it. So Blizzard explained all the riddles, and they were really inspired by World of Warcraft Chronicles. And they made a bunch of things related to, let's see.
I think it's really cool the way they did this.
One of the Discord mods had a funny comment being like, "Oh, I think we'll find sunglasses in a few months that are related to a clue." So if you don't know what World of Warcraft Chronicles is, it explains like the lore of Azeroth from like the very beginning, like through the history of WoW. And there's this really awesome cosmology chart at the start, which was a tip-off to one of the clues, Sea Spirit and Self. And then there were other clues, like there's one like, oh, the first of lords to fall, and it was Ragnaros. The plume, the tomb, the Scarab Moon is meant to be Ungoro Crater because of the Fire Plume Ridge. And then the tomb is like the old god tomb where Ysarge is, and then the Scarab Moon is a dot on Anchorage. And if you look at the map in Chronicles, like if you connect the dots, it points to an arrow to one place on the map where one of the clues is. So Blizzard explained how they put together all of the clues using this book, and then it just was fun because the Secret Finding Discord, they found some of the clues the same way, some were different ways. Some clues were suggested really early on and then sort of, discarded by the community thinking it was something else. So it just was really fun to understand how this cool mount was put together, and maybe some more people have learned about the lore of Azeroth, and it was nice to give that Discord, a moment in the spotlight because they did, a really fun, elaborate project together. So yeah, that was basically it on the mount. One more note is Blizzard had a little aside in the post saying, "Oh, we assume people would have found this earlier through data mining," and that was interesting because the way Blizzard actually coded the pages and the clues, you couldn't data mine. We found them. Been using Warren Legion for things like the balance of power quests or the tomb quest. They've been using it more frequently. So I just found that funny how I thought Blizzard had deliberately been like hiding these things from data mining, and Blizzard's like, oh no, we thought you were finding them. We're surprised you weren't, because it just worked out really well that all the stuff they thought we were finding that was hidden was like important lore or puzzle type things.
Yeah, well, they did. It was some Sombra level convoluted clues. I don't know. I think anytime that you have to go outside of the game and look at like a website or a book or whatever to get the answer, I think it's a little on the convoluted side. So I don't know how they can say, oh, I can't believe they didn't get it sooner. Like, what are you talking about? I'm surprised people ever got it.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe that's because I'm talking from my experience and I'm a...
Yeah, I think Muffinist on Twitter was trying to like, hype people up and be like, hey guys, like, why haven't you guys found this yet? Like, hint, hint, and then, got people up into a frenzy.
That's so amazing. That's so amazing. Muffinist, you troll. You troll. So we talked a little bit about this earlier, but the brawl this week is called Warsong Scramble. It's the new PvP brawl for the week. It counts as your battleground for bonus holiday honor. And the difference between it and regular Warsong Gulch is that 3 flags spawn at once. And the objective isn't to capture the flag, it's to return 10 flags. So
right, so that basically means that like you run to the enemy base, you take the flag as usual, but you don't have to wait for the opposite flag to be returned. You just like rush and just keep like capping them.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, if the objective is to return flags, then why would anybody pick up a flag?
No, so I mean, like I think we're just using the terminology different. Like
okay.
I think the objective is like you just like go to one side and just take the flag to the other side of the field, and you don't have to. Yeah, and like the enemy team can still have their flags floating around the battleground. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to kill all the enemy flag carriers before I can cap. You just
no. Okay, I understand, because I thought, I was like, wait a second, did I misunderstand how it was scoring me the whole time? Because I know my sister, she was finishing up her Violet Proto Drake this week, and she had to do the Children's Week achievements. Anybody who watched that stream, that was That was an interesting stream, to say the least. But that was a lifesaver. If you're still working on those achievements, that Battleground will make the Warsong Gulch one so much easier. Plus, like Perk said earlier, you can farm out so much honor, so much prestige. They're really fast-paced games.
Yeah, they only last for 15 minutes, and they go really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, as Alliance, I get the extra bonus Battleground honor, and then because not as many people queue as Alliance, I get the faction bonus. So I have the 2 bonus honor buffs, and I'm really good as a flag carrier, as a demon hunter. So like I have like an 80% win rate in Warsong, and like I can sometimes get a full honor level towards a new prestige rank just in one match. And if you do like 4 or 5 an hour, then like that starts to add up really fast.
Yeah, it does.
I got like 20 ranks yesterday after work. It was pretty good. I got my new artifact appearance.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, strategy.
Awesome.
What I feel what works for strategy is just like rush the flags, because you don't need to kill the enemy flag carriers. So just like rush them, use your swiftness potions, speed boosts or leaps.
The buffs are super cool.
Yeah, and then if you aren't a flag carrier, you can use these buffs that are lying around, and they do things like kick someone really far away or pull someone with a chain, so you can slow down the enemy flag carrier by like punting them into the totally wrong direction.
Yeah, I thought the buffs were really cool and creative.
So like even if both sides are rushing 3 people at once, like if you really slow down the enemy team, you're gonna like gain momentum on them.
Yeah. I'm so sorry if you guys are watching this at home. Perk and I are lagging a little bit, so she's like, we can't really hear each other when we stop. I'm sorry if we sound like we're talking over each other. I don't know. Internet is not being kind to us today.
I did, sorry. Yeah, I do not know why stuff was lagging.
Not your fault. I don't know what is going on, but I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm just apologizing for the people at home if it sounds a little bit like we're on top of each other. It's not intentional. Nobody's interrupting anybody. It's a little bit of lag. Like she'll stop and then I'll start and like she doesn't hear me for 2 seconds. So anyways, it's really cool. Like that Battleground is really cool. It's really fun. I liked the other, because I did the Winter Arathi Basin. I missed the Eye of the Storm one, but I definitely appreciated this one more than I did the Winter Arathi Basin one.
It's really good for rep too. Like my Demon Hunter is revered with the Silver Ring Sentinels because each flag cap is 100 rep.
Yeah.
And like, you do 10 flag caps per game. That is like 1,000 rep per game. It's really good.
It's a ton. And we were just talking about this, but Children's Week is this week. So if you're doing the PvP achievements, that definitely helps with the Warsong Gulch one. Other than that, is there anything new for Children's Week?
No, there isn't. That's why I was talking about at the start about the micro holidays, being more engaging because there are a lot of battle pets to collect. So if you don't really know where to start with battle pets, you can get 3 pets per character, and there is 10 total. So pick the different pets per character. There are 2 balloon toys you can get. There's the School of Hard Knocks achievement, which is difficult. But yeah, there is nothing new for Children's Week this year, so that's a little sad. The other event going on is not really good.
Especially since at BlizzCon, Chris Robinson told us about the closet of unused pet models. Like, we know you have unused pet models. Just give me one for Children's Week.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other minor thing I was going to mention was Breaching the Tomb.
Yep.
This was also kind of uninspired this week, but it's tied to the Darkmoon Faire, at least. The story progression this week is to just do 12 world quests. And yeah, it's not very exciting. You just do 12 Broken Shore world quests, but at least this rewards you with some more supplies at least.
I am a little bit on the fence.
But don't turn it in.
Oh, go ahead.
Don't turn it in because the Darkmoon Faire is on Saturday. So if you use the rep boost, then instead of getting like 1,500 rep when you turn in the story quest, you'll get 10% more rep.
Yeah.
So, just hold off, be patient.
I'm a little bit on the fence about, wow, I'm echoing so bad. I'm a little bit on the fence about the Broken Shore quests. I know a lot of people don't like them because they're not as story engaging, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that they're very straightforward. Just go do a thing and then come back. I don't really mind that there's not a whole lot of story and RP, and I know it's because people like really liked Suramar, and you know, Suramar was such a stark difference from the way that these quests work, but I don't know. I don't really hate that they are so straightforward.
I think that if Blizzard had staggered some of these story things with the lore things, it would have been better. I think that it's more like perception regions, because like it's a really big deal that there was a new dungeon, and based on the Q&A, Blizzard made it seem like the dungeon or other parts of the patch would be staggered. So I think the dungeon would have had more weight and hype if Blizzard went, hey, like, you know, 1 week you'll go do the Centenax, and like next week you'll do a story quest to unlock the dungeon. I think that would have had more of an impact. I do think it's good that they're giving you quests to go do all the stuff on the Broken Shore. I'm not a big Centenax farmer. I'm more like I don't really raid. I don't need nether shards for a billion things. I'll do the assault so I can get rep for Paragon chests if I want nether shards. So to me, it's like, oh, like I'm forced to do Mark of the Centenax and actually do the Centenax. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I appreciate the Centenax now. But I do think they could have paced it better.
When it comes to the Centenax, I actually find Centenax farming to be really satisfying. Like, I feel like there aren't many times in WoW when you're just encouraged to kill everything. Like, as like an elemental shaman, when I'm running, I main resto, but when I'm running around in the world, I play elemental. And I just, like, chain lightning everything. And so farming Centenax is just, like, run around in circles, chain lightning, earthquake, thunderstorm. It's, like, very satisfying because you just get to murder everything.
Yeah, so I just think it was a matter of presentation, especially tying into the whole, like, this is the biggest patch ever. Like, there will be another story campaign like Suramar, because that didn't really, turn out that way. So I think the Broken Shore campaign is more like, this is introducing you to all the content you can do on this new zone. Mm-hmm. And if they had, like, staggered it so, like, it was a super big deal if you did your champion storyline. But I feel like that kind of got lost at the beginning with everything else. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe the original plan of having, like, the straightforward quest alternating with the interesting quest would have been better, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, they also could have just added a little more, like, interesting, detail-y type stuff to the very straightforward go get the thing quest, They could have just added some dialogue and,
I think it would have been cool. It's like, I think the fact that Blizzard finally made a mid-expansion dungeon that, they didn't do that for expansions. People were like, oh, I want more dungeons. And, Karazhan was the focus of, its patch in 7.1, and that got tons of hype. But Cathedral, it's like, oh, like, we don't have enough content in 7.2. And it's like, people would have been super excited if you told them a year ago, like, Blizzard will have a new dungeon in, like the 0.2 patch.
Yeah.
So I feel like they didn't hype that up as much, and maybe some quests leading up to opening the dungeon a few weeks in would have been cool. Like,
or more
built into my
there should have even been a quest every week to go do it and pick up a different item. You know what I mean? Like, every week there's a different item off of a boss, and then maybe those 10 or 12 items make a thing that you need to get in. Yeah, you're right. They could have definitely, like, I only did the dungeon the one time. Like, I haven't done it again, and there's no real reason for it. There's no reason to do it. Like, unless the daily is up or the world quest.
And I know dungeons take a lot of, extra artwork and encounter design time. And it feels like if it's going to take all that extra artwork, they should, be doing more cool stuff with it. Because it's a big deal. And, people were sad when they didn't do these types of dungeons in Mists of Pandaria and Warlords.
No, I totally agree. You make a very, very valid point. I like any situation where they, encourage people to go out and do things, because I'm not a big fan of them wasting assets. I've always said I like when they make content reusable and they rehash old content and make it relevant again. So I don't know. I agree with you. We were just talking about this just a little bit, but there's a couple things coming up in WoW. The first one is the Darkmoon Faire, which we were talking about just a minute ago.
Yeah, so it's really awesome for armies of Legionfall reputation. There are two ways you can get buffs. You either get the Wii buff from riding the carousel, or you get Darkmoon top hats with prize tickets, and they both give you a 10% buff. They don't stack. And yeah, so the Darkmoon Faire is really awesome for armies of Legionfall if you still need to fly. It's great for World Quest in general if you're working towards, Paragon reputation. It's just a really good buff to have.
There's a lot of cool
as usual, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of cool stuff at the Darkmoon Faire, and I feel like since less people played in Mists of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor, there's probably a lot of stuff that you don't realize that you don't have. Like, I haven't seen people walking around with the wings on in such a long time, and the wings are like one of the coolest toys in the game, and they're not even hard to get.
Yeah, there are so many toys, pets, and even mounts from the fair. Like there's the blazing wings. You do this minigame where you fly through the air. There is this creepy kind of demonic blood elf model you can get. There's like little tuxedo and formal wear transmog you can get. There's mini games. There's a boss.
There's that food that turns you into all different fancy things.
Yeah, there's the inky black potion, which turns the sky around you into night.
Yeah. There's the races.
Yeah, you do these different races on like easy and hard mode, and you get more pets and like little race toys and blinking arrows. So there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff, yeah. There's a ton of stuff to do at the Darkmoon Faire. And then also coming up is the Spring Balloon Festival, which is probably the only micro holiday that I will 100%, I don't want to miss it. I really, really want to do it. The Spring Balloon Festival basically makes big hot air balloons spawn in various zones. And there's like a balloon pilot, and he flies you around, and you kind of see the world from a kind of a different perspective, and he tells you all sorts of information about where you are, kind of like a tour guide. There's like a goblin who's funny.
Yeah, I think Lord Walker Cho did one of them. There was one who was doing like a quiz flying over the Suramar area, who was asking you various questions about the Broken Isles, like what is the greeting in Suramar, and like the correct answer was like an illusion, stuff like that. And it's not just in Pandora. It's not just in one area. Like there's Valley of the Four Winds.
Oh yeah, no.
There's one that goes through Old Anuna Grand. There's Northrend. Lord Walker Cho is in Northrend, and he's like, I don't know why I wasn't here, because like pandas were not a thing then.
Like, I've never seen this place before. Yeah, so I really want to do those, because I think they're going to be fun and interesting.
You have to queue with 2 more people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, it's not just, I did my solitary balloon ride. Like, I think it's really good that you have to be in a group with people, and the nature of the dialogue encourages you to like talk to your fellow balloon
your
riders.
Balloon mates.
Yep.
Your balloon mates, if you will. So this is kind of last call for you guys to get any of your questions for us in.
Yep, we have quite a few.
Also, thank you to everybody.
We have a fair amount.
Also, thank you to everybody who subscribed to us today. We really appreciate it. And I also want to take this second to remind everybody that if you do subscribe to Wowhead with Twitch Prime, you need to manually reactivate that every month. It doesn't auto-renew. So if you want to continue to support us, you do need to go in and manually select that.
Yeah. So before I get into the questions, also last call for the weekly giveaway in Twitch chat. It's an ogre pinata, and the keyword is OMG and ogre, all one word.
OMG and ogre. So how about I bought that on eBay because I wanted it really bad. It was like $35 or $45. And the week after it arrived, they nerfed it so you can't use it in raids anymore. Like, I literally bought it for raids so that we would all have bubblegum when we did, like, our screenshot or whatever at the end. And you can't drop it in raids anymore.
That's sad.
It's stupid.
So the question is, any opinion on the math that it will take to approximately 100 years to max out AP on artifacts? So I'm okay with maxing out the, concordance of the Legion Fall, because it's not too bad to reach rank 52. Some people already have that, and at rank 52, you unlock concordance of the Legion Fall. And I believe there's also been math done to show that if you put like a few points into concordance, you are less, like, one defiled augment rune is more power than spending, trillions of artifact power on several ranks of concordance. So I think that getting to trade 52 was like the majority of the artifact power gain. And I'm fine with that taking, like a month. And it will get easier over time for people that are catching up, because they'll have like more artifact knowledge, and that is giving you like ridiculously huge boost.
Yeah, I don't know. I like tune out whenever there's conversations involving like math and artifact power. There's just too many exponents, and there's.
I guess I'm just viewing
above my pay grade.
max is 52. So yeah,
It's above my pay grade.
I mean, like, yeah. So I don't know. I think it's fine as is. Because I'm viewing getting concordance as maxing it out, but I don't think Blizzard is not scaling encounters around having 50 points in it. And getting from rank 1 to 50 is not a huge DPS boost. It's not like the old traits where you felt like you had to get that to be really strong, or else you were significantly behind as far as, damage and stamina.
Yeah, I totally agree. I found that it's like you just mentioned how the old artifacts, it was sort of like, oh my god, I have to put as many points into this as humanly possible kind of thing. And with the new ones, it's sort of like get those 4, and then after that you can kind of take a breath.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the 4 are really important, and then maxing out the bronze traits is like nice, but less so. And then putting the extra points into concordance is like, oh wow, my proc is now like 20 stat points stronger. Like, oh boy, this is not very exciting.
Yeah.
Esmer 2 Dragon, I don't think we'll have a detailed reply on this, but he asked, would it be beneficial if raids also included keystones like Mythic Dungeons, or would that be a bad idea?
That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible...
So I read it at first, like, should there be, like, keystone types of raids?
That's how I
was like, I don't think the raid...
that's how I interpreted that question. I mean, I just think it'd be impossible to balance, and, like, then you'd have a raid group, you'd have to have 20 people or whatever on the same difficulty level, and...
Yeah.
No.
I do think it would be cool if for progression rating, if people are always worried that, like, somebody needed to grind artifact power or someone else has the right legendary, if there could just sort of be, like, a mythic raid where you didn't have to worry about, like, gear. I don't know. You could just focus on the encounter.
I totally agree with you. I think there should be a challenge mode raid where everybody's gear is scaled to the same, and, like, maybe there'll be... And I don't mean scaled as in eye level. I mean scaled as in, like all shaman would wear the same thing type thing. Like, literally, there would be no way outside of raid to change how it would 100% be how good you were at playing your character. I think that would be an interesting concept for a raid, but I hate the idea of a Mythic Keystone raid. That sounds like actual torture.
Like it'd be pretty complicated to do.
Yeah.
So what I was saying before, kind of with mine, Riddler's a Knight Swiftly, who I think is, I think that's the same Knight Swifty, and Secret Finding Discord said, do you like sunglasses? And also this would supposedly will make sense in 2 months, so my guess is that there's something with sunglasses or rhinestone sunglasses coming in 725.
There's those new sunglasses that we data mined with the...
Yeah.
They're
a different color, yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead. Jahangir said, does the brawl count towards 4 battleground event weekly quests? Yes, it does. So you can just do War Song Scramble to, work towards that. Vega Tifa, I'm curious what your thoughts are on not having seen Rathian or Jaina all expansion. Should we put up a spoiler tag for this?
Sure.
Okay.
It's up.
Yeah. So, we briefly, I'm echoing again.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I've been echoing the whole time. I have no idea why. It's not either of our, it has to do with the call. The call is echoing, not me or you. Okay.
So we briefly data mined Rathian's dialogue in the new Chromie quest that's coming in 725. Chromie is being attacked on all different timelines, and apparently will do some sort of like solo challenge scenario with her. And she goes to investigate all the dragon shrines, and she's heard that, there's a member of the Black Dragon Flight, not Deathwing, but, the other guy. And we think Rathian's doing something terrible. And he's like, no, I'm investigating the disturbances as well. And he's like, if you think someone's going to kill you, he's like, you should look about the Legion instead. So Rathian's back in some minor form. Hopefully we'll see more in 7.3. Jaina, I'm not sure. I mean, like, Sylvanas sort of... it's not the same as Sylvanas in past expansions, because Sylvanas was always, in the Undercity, but, Sylvanas had a period where she didn't have a ton of character development, and now she has a new model and is, the focus of Legion and has cinematics and has a new short story about her. Mm-hmm. So they could be just doing that with Jaina, and, like, maybe she'll make a grand entrance in 7.3. I think it would be kind of cheesy if she, like, suddenly came back all, like, corrupted and evil, because we've we've seen that. I don't know. That just feels very trite and like
Yeah.
not exciting storytelling.
Well, I also feel like it's what everybody thinks
I don't know.
is going to happen.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I feel like she's very much like, you know, pro-alliance and like not horde, and 7.2 is all about the factions working together and the different class units offering their strengths to fight against the Legion. So it makes sense why she wouldn't have a major role, while in something like 5.2 and the Thunder King, that was like the Alliance and Horde fighting each other, and it made more sense why she was, you know, at the forefront there.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't really have any useful conversation to add to lore. I just don't know enough about it.
Yeah. B Miller 218. I think they were asking about. I'm not sure what this question is, but I think they're saying like if Legion. I think they're implying that Legion is like the end of the WoW storyline, and I don't think that's the case.
Well, we know it's not. We 100% confirmed at BlizzCon there's at least another expansion, and there's even another raid after the one that we're in now.
Yeah.
Like, they already confirmed there's another expansion, and like we're going to Argus in Legion, not in the other expansion. So, I mean, that's kind of been disproven, unfortunately. Sorry that you're wrong.
Let's see. Haru SOS said, have you seen the Epic NPC Man's YouTubes working with Blizzard to advertise the events? Yeah, so for people that don't know what this is, for Volunteer Guard Day, Blizzard partnered with this YouTube channel to make a little cute video for Volunteer Guard Day, and I think we feature that in one of the Wowhead posts. I think that's cool, like getting more people involved in micro holidays is always a good thing, having more people be aware of them. You know, we've discussed on the show how we feel weird that sometimes there's a cool event and nobody knows it's going on. So hopefully, you know, cute videos like that can reach more people.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. I think we just have site stuff to go over and discounts, and then we're good.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about the site stuff?
Ooh, I feel like you should talk about the site stuff.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can do the discount. Sorry. So just a reminder, we have the Wowhead shop. We launched this last week, and we talked about it then. It has a lot of Amazon affiliate links to stuff like books and games and different hardware recommendations. If you purchase anything with these links, Wowhead gets a small kickback, and we are reviewing this as like an alternative way to, you know, generate revenue. We have more control over this than we do random advertisements, so hopefully this can take off and, you know, work out.
Yep.
If you want to see something on the shop page that isn't there, let us know. We just added the Funko Pop area yesterday. And we also have discount codes, which we'll discuss in a little bit, that are also listed on the shop page. You can access the shop page on any page on Wowhead at the navigation bar at the top of the page. And we also periodically run deals of the day if there's something cool related to gaming or hardware. So like if an art book on Warcraft is like 20% off, we'll have an announcement for non-premium users that just, you know, direct you to that page. We also have some more giveaways and community stuff going on. We have another cooking recipe and giveaway with Lulaboo going up right after the show, actually. And it's covering the really cool AQ recipe. It's the, you know, the Dirge Chimerac Kickin' Chops. So that will be fun. And the recipe looks great. It has Brewfest pretzels as a side. And we also have another article with Novel coming up this Sunday. And we always pick a topic that's interesting and related to people, what people are looking up on Wowhead. So don't want to spoil his topic in advance, but I think people are really going to like it. And it's related to a lot of, if you like transmog or dungeons, I think you'll have fun with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so jealous of her ability to cook. Like, Lulaboo's such a good cook, and I'm over here, like, making a peanut butter sandwich, sending my husband to McDonald's because I can't adult at all. I can't adult at all.
So, yeah, just to wrap it up, we have 2 discounts going on. Don't know if you want to for the discount part.
We have a discount code through Jinx right now that's 20% off all Blizzard products through May 31st using code Wowhead at checkout. This is a pretty generous discount compared to what we usually get, so if you were interested in getting anything from Jinx, now would be a great time. That goes through the end of the month, too, and they just recently added a whole bunch of new stuff, including that Blingtron shirt that you see right there, as well as the Ysera Dream shirt.
Oh. Wait, there's like a bunch of Overwatch stuff that just launched today.
Yeah, I actually was checking out in the beginning of our show, but our discount does not work on the new Overwatch stuff that just came out on the Blizzard Gear Shop. Our code through the Blizzard Gear Shop is Wowhead May, and that will give you 15% off all Warcraft products through May 31st. Also a pretty good discount, and it will work on sale items. Now, what Perk is talking about is that right before this show went live, Blizzard launched a new line of Overwatch products, including there were athletic shorts for men, Diva leggings for women. There was also a couple variants of t-shirts that they already have. Like there was a new Bastion t-shirt. There was a new
as well.
Yeah, a little onesie for a baby. A lot of cute stuff. I bought 2 pairs of the shorts for Nick and the Diva leggings for myself because somebody sent me a pair of the Diva leggings that were knockoffs. And oh my god, I wish I had them so you could see them. I'm not even like if somebody bought them for me, I wouldn't buy a knockoff myself, but like if somebody got them for me, I'm not going to be like a snob about it. But oh, I wish I had them here. Where the mecha sticker is supposed to be, there's instructions for somebody to put a mecha sticker there.
Oh no, that's awful. I was going to say that Jinx launched an Overwatch collection as well today. I think there might be some overlap with Blizzard, and our code should work on the Jinx Overwatch.
Oh, nice.
Item.
That is true. It will definitely work. Sorry about that screen that just flashed for a second. Yeah, ours will work at Jinx because we have all Blizzard products, including Hearthstone, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, whatever. And that hoodie that you see in the middle there is probably my favorite hoodie that Jinx has ever made. I can't recommend it enough. I really love that hoodie. The Illidan Tattoos hoodie. So if you do want any stuff, definitely check out those codes. That's code Wowhead at Jinx for 20% off and code Wowhead May at Blizzard Gear Shop for 15% off. Yeah. So I think that's all the stuff today. Am I right?
Yeah, I think that's about it. You know, their PTR news wasn't as intense as usual, but, you know, Warsong Brawl thing was pretty cool. And, yeah, Ninja, oh yeah, this little guy is on sale. Our code works on him. Yep.
Traveler Pepe.
He's excited.
Did you see that I put my Warglaives onto my Pepe?
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cute?
I put on his backpack. I have a little pin by Sepish. So a little Pepe pin on his backpack.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I don't have anything in, or I do want to put something in the backpack, though. I feel like there should be things in there. Like bird things, like corn or something.
There could be a little passport for him. I think, wouldn't it be so cute if Blizzard did a social media promotion and it was like, post-traveler Pepe somewhere in the world.
Yes, that'd be adorable. And you can like win something.
Like the BlizzCon HQ or something.
Wait, okay, so this isn't, I did research. I'm filming a Blizzard news. If you watch my channel and you've noticed the lack of videos, I apologize. I've been streaming for St. Jude and I want to regret the fact that I have like no videos on my channel this week, but we're up to like $32,000. So I'm having a hard time feeling like it's the wrong choice. But I started a Blizzard news video today, and one of the pieces of news that was from this week was that there was this guy who bought a box of various Blizzard gear on eBay, like just a random box of like Blizzard paraphernalia from over the years, and in the box was the original source code for StarCraft 1, like the gold disc original source code. Yeah, so he like posted on Reddit like, what do I do about this? And people are like, give it back, you know, post it online, blah blah blah. And he ended up deciding to send it back to Blizzard. So Blizzard gave him like $250 worth of credit from the Blizzard Gear Shop, and they sent him a couple things, and he was like, oh, this is cool, right? And then he got a call like a week later asking if he knew about BlizzCon, and he was like, yeah, but I'm on the East Coast, blah, 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 and Blizzard ended up paying an all-expenses trip for him to BlizzCon, and then that afternoon, this huge box of all, like, Overwatch-themed peripherals, and, like, so much stuff showed up, like, Blizzard, that was really cool. Like, that was, I thought that was really cool of Blizzard. Like, I know that the CD is probably worth a lot more than that, I understand that, but truthfully, they didn't have to do anything, so I thought it was really cool that they did something. That was just a neat thing that happened. Also, I want to do a whole video about, have you seen all the various politicians in different countries using video games as paraphernalia and like propaganda? So
I mean, I've been trying to avoid politics.
Oh no, not our politics, not our politics. Yeah. But there's a I think
I mean, in general too.
I think he's in Norway or Sweden, but there's a politician in either Norway or Sweden, which I know those countries are not super close. I just can't remember off the top of my head. He does a weekly Q&A every single week while live streaming Hearthstone.
That's really cool.
Isn't that kind of cool, right? And then in South Korea, their president just got impeached, so there's a presidential race going on right now. And the candidates are legitimately using, one candidate made a bunch of custom StarCraft 2 maps. The other candidate is like promoting her campaign with Overwatch. So they're literally like using Blizzard games to battle it out. And of all places, it's South Korea. Like, I just thought it was a riot. That's all.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I wish this was our political news.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right, guys. Well, we are going to go. If you are interested at all, I have been streaming almost every day at twitch.tv/tradechat. We're raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, giving away a whole bunch of awesome prizes. Tonight, we are doing stream movie night. We're going to be watching Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. You don't really need anything special to participate. If you'd like to participate, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's too late. I'm sorry. But if you're watching this on Twitch, it is tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time, which is about an hour from now. You need the Showgoers app for Chrome and a US Netflix account, or join my Discord, which is discord.gg/tradechat, and the movie happens to be on YouTube. So you can still watch it even if you don't have a US Netflix account. So yeah, that's what's going on there, and I appreciate everybody. I see a bunch of names of people who have been in my chats for those streams. I really, really appreciate all you guys. I just want to take a second to say thank you. Thanks again to everybody who subscribed to Wowhead today. We really appreciate the support. Thank you to everybody who takes the time out of their week to come hang out with us every Friday and chit-chat about World of Warcraft while we have technical difficulties that always magically clear up at the end of the stream. Like, no echoing anymore, because we're almost done, of course.
I know. I don't understand.
Of course.
Discord needs to set up video chat so we can...
Yeah, I can't wait, because that will be when this...
Hangouts or Skype.
Yeah, that will be when this stops being a problem. But, yeah, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing to us and watching our videos. And a huge shout out and thank you to all of our Wowhead Premium subscribers. Wowhead Premium is a subscription service to Wowhead that removes all advertisements on desktop and mobile. It is $1 per month or $9 per year. And it also gives you all sorts of fun perks, like you get to talk in a special color when you're on the forums. You can track quests. You can customize your Today on the Broken Isles. But the biggest thing, of course, is that you are directly supporting the creators at Wowhead and reducing the amount of ads in your life. So win-win for everybody. We are going to go. Thank you so much again for joining us and watching our videos. We will see you next Friday. Bye, guys.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Oh, where is the screen? There it is. Bye. And that needs to go to...